that under the old covenant, the Gentiles nation were not involved in that program. I hope you know that. That under the Old Testament, the Gentiles nations were not involved in that program. They were not given the rituals. They were not involved in all those rituals that God gave the Jews. The Old Covenant rituals were mainly for the Jews. The Gentiles were not part of that ritual. So you being a Gentile trying to practice the Jewish custom, the Jewish rituals, you are a disappointment. You are acting in ignorance. So God didn't give the Gentiles nation tithing. God didn't give the Gentiles nation Pentecost, the ritual of Pentecost. God didn't give the Gentiles nation the ritual of tithing. God didn't give the Gentile nation the ritual of Passover. God didn't give the Gentiles nation the ritual of shelter. All the ceremonies that were done under the Old Covenant, the Gentiles nation are not part of that program. God didn't give the Gentiles nation the ritual of supper. Now, under the new covenant, the Gentiles are responsible. The Jews and the Gentiles now are involved. Under the dispensation of Christ, the Jews and the Gentiles are now one. They are part of the program. Under the dispensation of Moses, under the dispensation of law, the Gentiles were not part of that program. Under the dispensation of Jesus, grace, the Gentiles are part of the system. So the Jews and the Gentiles, they are to do what? They are to serve God, please God, by faith through the grace of Jesus. The Gentiles are to please God by faith through the grace of Jesus. So be careful for those who are still practicing tithing under the grace of Jesus. Because God never gave the Gentiles nation the ritual of tithing. He never did it. So we must stand, every Gentile nations must stand on the grace of Jesus. It's the grace of Jesus that justifies us. That was why in the book of Revelation chapter 4, verse 9 until we see John saw the throne, and on the throne he saw 24 elders surround Jesus. That 24 elders represents the Jews and the Gentiles. The 12, 24 divided by 2, 12, that means